ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नो दिवि सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामविद्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्।
ओम श्री साईराम। स्वामी के चरण कमल में मेरा कोटि कोटि नमन। इस कॉल पर उपस्थित मेरे सभी ज्येष्ठ, श्रेष्ठ, कनिष्ठ बहनों एवं भाइयों को मेरा सप्रेम साईराम और प्यार भरा स्वागत। आई एम अनीता विद्युलता फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट बैच ऑफ श्री सत्य साई नेशनल लीडरशिप प्रोग्राम इन द year 2020. Happily welcome you to the 12th and the last edition of the Satsang series. As we gather today for this extremely special and unique occasion, I am super excited and happy. I'll tell you why. Because the energy of the youth is coming together today. This energy, my dear brothers and sisters, this energy resonates with the very spirit to transform self, to transform the world. Swami, as I look towards you, your ever-loving eyes, as the young messengers of the Sri Satya Sai Seva organizations, we hope that we are not just youth members. We, the Sai youth, can be the torchbearers of change, and we are able to bring your message to the modern world. मैंने कई बार लोगों को जिंदगी के बारे में बोलते हुए सुना है कि जिंदगी ये है, जिंदगी वो है, जिंदगी ऐसा है, जिंदगी वैसा है। मैं बताऊं जिंदगी क्या है? मेरी जिंदगी है रॉकी रिवर, और मैं, आप, हम सभी स्वामी के नया में सहसवार हैं। Our lives are like tributaries, नदी की शाखाएं. Every story of our life is flowing with a lot of momentum. And my dear brothers and sisters, that momentum is nothing but Swami. All these tributaries, you, me, we are flowing together to merge with the river with a common goal of serving a purpose, uniting to create a mighty ocean of what? Of shared experiences, of spirituality, adding to the current of the organization. Dearest young tributaries, my dear fellow both sisters and brothers, let's dive into the journey together of learning from each other. Let us learn and explore from our speakers today what it means to be the vibrant young heartbeat, what it means to be the youth that will carry forward Swami's mission of love and service. तो भाइयों और बहनों, दिल थाम कर बैठिए। ये जो आने वाले 90 मिनट हैं, मैं आपको अश्योर करती हूँ कि ये सेंटेनरी ईयर की शुरुआत बहुत ही मैजिकल रहेगी. Let's invite our first speaker today. Our first speaker is Brother Pranav Balaji from New Delhi, a Sai youth, an aerospace student and researcher working with Cambridge and Siemens on computational fluid dynamics research. Brother Pranav Balaji.
Om Shri Sairam. As we start, let us all collectively take a moment to immerse ourselves in the boundless love of our dearest Saima, expressing our deepest gratitude at the Divine Lotus feet. A hearty welcome to the revered elders and my brothers and sisters gathered here. In 2010, I was part of the few state Balvikas Veda boys who got the golden opportunity of chanting Vedam in front of Swami when he visited Delhi that year. We were in Dwarka and it was electric with Bhavans one end and Veda from the other. And I remember Swami heading back just as we finished our recitation in his silver Innova. And in excitement, and well, us being kids, all of us ran behind Swami's car, calling out to him, yearning for just one another glance. I was 7, yet this is probably the only memory I remember from when I was that young. Everything else that happened that day is a blurry haze in my mind. I just remember running after his car, after my Swami. Back then, I didn't fully grasp what I was feeling. I was lost in the magic of the moment, perhaps unaware of its depth. But now, when I look back, I realize that we weren't just chasing a car, but we were reaching out for Swami's love, his presence, and his grace. Fast forward to early 2024. Right after NLP, I had to head back to my college in Chennai at a time where my world felt like it was falling apart. I was going through a lot of personal issues, and my only friend group in the college had shattered over misunderstandings on a small trip that we went on, leaving me feeling utterly alone. Living in a flat with just 2 others, I felt like a guest in my own house, and each day I sank deeper into sadness, just longing for anything, something that would give my life meaning again. I turned to Swami with tears in my eyes and a heaviness in my heart. Day and night, I pleaded with him, begging for just a way out, to feel connected and to find purpose once more. I scolded him a lot for when I thought he wasn't giving any care to what I cried for, but I think he did listen after all. One day, out of the blue, a form came for working in the design team of the Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Jyoti newsletter. I had no idea that this was Swami's gentle way of pushing me back into his embrace. That small role became the spark that lit a bonfire for me. I am professionally into aerospace, and my only hobbies until then were coding, playing esports, and sleeping. Everything from that moment on began to unfold in ways I could have never imagined. I mean, I still don't consider myself being, worthy of being on this panel in front of the other marvelous individuals here. My work on the newsletter, along with the amazing team that I have, led me to working with the national team on GYAC designs, opportunities of speaking at intro sessions, which eventually brought me here into the Sattvam team. Once again, I assumed I'd be focusing on mere design work. That was, after all, where now I felt comfortable. But Swami, again, had different plans for me. Instead, I found myself working on videos and animations, fields I had never ventured into ever before, except, well, minor edits here and there to make a meme or two out of my friends. The very first video I created for Sattvam was my maiden attempt, and I was stepping into the unknown, but I wasn't alone really. For Swami was there guiding me directly and through someone in this very panel who told me not to mention anyone at all. This taught me something once again. He doesn't call us for what we already know how to do. He calls us for what he knows we are capable of, even when we can't see it ourselves. And I guess when everyone talks about his grand plans, this is it. If I were to draw a parallel, if you've ever driven in a mountain, there are these really obtuse turns they call hairpin turns. They appear out of nowhere. Swami leads us down paths we never knew existed, just like these hairpin turns, showing us that with him, this journey is full of unexpected turns, yet always perfectly orchestrated. And it wasn't just opportunities that surprised me. I have an experience to share here because Swami also orchestrated my circumstances to make this possible. A week before our batch's induction ceremony last year in January, I was in my final year of college, which was scheduled to run until December. And something suddenly stuck me: the NLP project. A logistical nightmare because I, in my infinite wisdom, applied from Delhi while studying in Chennai. Even though I could have easily applied from there, Delhi has always been more than just a home for me. It's where I feel enveloped by the warmth of a beautiful Sai family that feels like an extension of his love, because we've grown up in this organization as children, surrounded by remarkable individuals, and each moment has been woven by their love and guidance. But the thought of balancing my studies, I meant attendance, travel, and the project while being away from this supportive environment felt like a task which would require a lot more than just mere effort. It would need Swami's grace. And as always, he was listening. Just 2 days after I had this heartfelt conversation with Swami, my college made an unprecedented announcement. The final year, which was supposed to run until December, was now being fast-tracked to be wrapped up by July. Can you believe that? It stunned all of us because this had never happened in the 38 long years of my university. For me, it wasn't just a surprise, but a reply to my prayers. This sudden shift meant I could return to Delhi back in time for the project and ready to do so. Swami made sure I was exactly where I needed to be when the time came, surrounded by the love and support of my Sai family. His intervention comes in ways we can never predict or even attempt to think of. And this is the message I want us all, even myself, to take back from here. And that is to trust in his plan more than ever before. I had gone for a wedding bhajan yesterday when I found myself lost in thought about what I would speak on today. And I saw and found myself thinking about an uncle who has always treated me like his own son. In fact, my mother has a funny saying, "हमें तेरे से उम्मीद हो या ना हो, uncle को जरूर है." As he sang yesterday, part of my mind just thought about the extent of knowledge and wisdom he'd have. Just a mere thought. But surprisingly so, right after the bhajan, he called me aside and shared something that really touched my heart, and I really wanted to share it today. He said that true prayer doesn't require us to stand for or to pray. The greatest prayer we can offer is dedicating every action, every task, every work that we do, no matter how big or small, to Swami. It's about letting our everyday deeds become acts of devotion. This was a reminder for me that our connection to Swami isn't confined to just mere worship. It's woven into every breath we take, every decision we make, and every moment we live by. To anyone who feels lost, alone, or unworthy, as I did, I want to reach out to you today. Turn to Swami with all your heart. Offer yourself to him, not with a list of requests, as I mistakenly did, but with a willingness to be a part of his plan. Trust him completely, even when the path is unclear, even when the journey seems daunting. Know that he is guiding you every step of the way. When I think back to that little boy chasing after Swami's car in Dwarka, tears well up in my eyes, and I realize that in many ways I'm still that boy, still yearning for his presence, still chasing after his love, still being lovingly guided by his unseen hand hidden inside that car. And for that, I am eternally in awe of his love, his unending grace, and the indescribable joy of walking down this path with him. Thank you all for letting me be here today and talk my heart out. Jai Sairam.
Thank you, Brother Pranav. Thank you for sharing the message that all you have to love Swami to deserve Swami. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Dr. Abhipsa from Orissa. She is a Sai youth and a gynecologist working as assistant professor in Jagannath Gupta Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata. Sister Abhipsa, over to you.
Om Shri Sairam. My humble pranams to our beloved Bhagwan. I'm truly blessed to have given sharing a few words with my NLP 24 team and my organizing team. Swami in the summer course of 1995 had told about an anecdote. He said, when people asked Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, have you seen God? He replied, yes, I have. In what form? They asked, to which he said, as I see you, the same way I have seen God. People then asked, is it even possible? To which he replied, yes, it is possible if you have honest yearning for God. You people cry for worldly pleasures, for wealth, for fame. How many of you actually cry for God? As a little girl, as I used to sit with my mother in the Sai Kulwant hall, waiting for Swami's darshan, I used to always wonder why people around me started crying when Swami came to meet all of us. But when I grew up and found my own connection with Bhagwan, I understood those were tears of joy that flew out of the eyes on getting the opportunity to see God as we see anyone else, as Sri Ramakrishna had told. And now when I sit in front of the Mahasannidhi, I feel the same connection, the same emotions, and this time tears come out of my eyes. Whenever I'm asked to narrate anything about my Swami and me, I'm taken back to the year 2008, when I had passed my 12th standard and I was appearing for the medical entrance exams. When the results came, I was not selected even for counseling. With a very heavy heart, I started preparing for the following year. Each passing day, I was going into depression, and my only solace was chanting the Sai Gayatri. A few months later, my father received a letter saying I had to attend counseling. We could not believe it because the sessions in the government medical colleges had already started and it was late in September. But when we inquired, we found that for the very first time in the history of medical entrance exam, a fourth round of counseling was happening. Me and my father, we reached Delhi. And when I looked at the counseling board, my heart sank. There were only 26 MBBS seats in government medical college remaining. There's more than 100 students to go before my rank. I wanted to leave the place immediately and go back home. But my father told, Swami has got us here. Let us wait for the divine plan to unfold. Me and my father, we sat there chanting Sai Gayatri. I was completely restless, and it was past lunch when my turn came and I went inside. And to my utter amazement, there were more than 10 seats to be taken. And I was given a seat in Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, Imphal, in the beautiful state of Manipur. Imagine a person who was given in the taking a seat in a Central Institute of India. All of it was happening in front of my eyes. But the story did not end there. In order to get the admission letter, I had to submit my final 12th board certificate. I was carrying my provisional, but I did not have the final certificate as my native place was very far away from my 12th school and we had shifted back. So what they told me was, you take an undertaking, go back, get your certificate, come back to Delhi, submit it here, and then take your admission letter and go to Manipur and get admitted. And all you have to do this within 7 days. With inavailability of tickets and the geography, Delhi to Odisha and back to Delhi and then to Manipur, this was practically impossible. With tears in my eyes and the undertaking letter, I came out and showed it to my father. I was so close, yet so far away. My father, the ever hopeful person that he is, went and asked for an audience with the chief counselor, ma'am. And because these undertakings are never overturned. After a lot of requesting, they told we can wait and try our luck, but only after everybody else is gone, because these are very confidential matters. Me and my father, we sat down there, switched off our phones, we did not have a lunch, and we started chanting Sai Gayatri without even talking to each other. I don't know how long this continued, maybe for 5-6 hours or even more. It was late in the night when everybody had left. We were actually called inside. The madam listened to my entire ordeal. And I don't know what happened to her. She tore the undertaking and threw it and gave me my admission form and told me, I have never done this before, but you can submit your final certificate directly in your college. My dear sisters and brothers, Swami says your prarabdha vanishes like fog in the sun if you practice namasmarana. My prarabdha took some time to vanish, but it did vanish. A few years later, when my marriage negotiations were going on, I was quite in a dilemma. I wanted to go to Perthi personally and pray before Swami, pray in front of the Mahasanidhi. But due to several constraints, I was not able to go. So I prayed Swami to show me light at the end of the tunnel. And one fine morning, my to-be fiancé sends me a huge message. He says, I saw your God in my dreams. He came in an orange robe and walked straight to me and pointed towards one direction where you were sitting and crying. He told me, take care of her and I shall take care of you. This is how he blessed us. But the foolish person that I am, who requires a lot of mending, my first reaction was, Swami never came in my dreams, but he came in yours to answer my prayers. I'm married to him now, he's my husband, and he never talks about this. He behaves. He has forgotten all of it as I still await my first dream with Bhagwan. When I got married, I was in a dilemma because how my new family would accept me with all my beliefs about Bhagwan, because they had never heard about Sri Sathya Sai Baba. But believe me, through the years, I have seen my father-in-law and my mother-in-law show great pride in whatever I do for the organization. My mother-in-law accompanies me to all the community bhajans. She decorates Swami's chair with the same devotion as my mother does. And she has learned a few Sai bhajans and also uh, tries reading out the Vedam with me. Not only that, she has learned the Arati by heart completely and offers Arati to Bhagwan even when I'm not there most of the times due to my professional commitments in the evening prayers. And due to her chanting it every day, my 2-year-old daughter has also learned Bhagwan's Arati completely, which is a big surprise for me. I would like to end my speech with a bhajan, which is one of my very favorite bhajans. मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा, मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा, मुझे मुक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा, साई माता पिता दीनबंधु सखा, तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम. जय साई राम.
Thank you so much, sister. To all the listeners, to all the attendees of today's call, let each and every street, every place, every state you stay, reverberate with His divine glory. Let each and every cell in our body be filled with His divine name. Thank you so much, sister, for pressing importance on the Namasmarana. Thank you so much. Moving on, our next speaker for today is Brother Shubham Chauhan, a Sai Youth, the State Veda Coordinator for Rajasthan, and is currently working as Project Manager with Schneider Electric. Brother Shubham Chauhan, over to you.
Sairam to all, loving Sairam. So I would start with this small Vedic hymn right now. Avavaktaram, avashrotaram. Bow down to the speaker who is speaking through us tonight, and bowing down to the listener who is listening through us tonight. Namah sabhabhya sabhapatibhyascha vo namaha. So bowing down to the Rudra amongst us as the Sabha and the Sabhapati here. Sairam. My journey with Swami is, agar मैं उसको परिभाषित करूं, तो it would be in the 4 simple words. It's love, it's tears, it's dreams, and gratitude. Maybe इन 4 शब्दों में मैं जो मेरी और स्वामी की कहानी है, उनको शायद थोड़ा सा पेश कर सकूं. To say that Swami is an essential part of our lives would be a huge understatement. I believe so, because Swami is not an essential part, but we are. In fact, I am, because Swami is. Swami hai to main hu. Swami hai to hum hai. And if not for him, if not for Swami, I would have already died in this life at least 3 times till now. If not for Swami, I would not have got my last job. If not for him, I don't know what I would be. And I don't want to even imagine कि मैं क्या हो सकता हूँ स्वामी के बिना, because there is no कुछ नहीं हो सकते. Even the black hole is nothing. So जैसा हम सबके साथ में होता है, I was also going through the toughest phase of my life recently, some times ago, and बहुत difficulties, बहुत सारे hurdles, and स्वामी के ऊपर doubts होना, questioning everything. After भगवान ने हमें जो भी संदेश दिया है, after following his messages, there comes these challenging times, and Bhagwan tests us to the extremes. And very fortunately for me, Bhagwan has been guiding me through his dreams. भगवान के dreams आते हैं, वो मुझे संदेश देते रहते हैं कि okay, this should be done and this should not be done. जहाँ पे I was like more of like a sorcerer's stone, जो पारस मणि होता है कि जिसे भी छुए वो सोने में बदल जाता है. And I was going through this phase जहां मैं हाथ डालूं, जहां मैं touch करूं, it was turning into a disaster, it was turning into a failure in every aspect of my life. And I don't remember if there was any day jahan pe I've not prayed and cried for Swami. And going through those period, there came a dream. Bhagwan ne ek divine vision diya. With Swami's permission, generally we are not, we should not share personal things, but yes, I asked permission to Swami to be able to share this beautiful dream with all of us, because it carries a very deep message for all, for me especially. So it was this dream that it was Bhagwan Shri Ram ka time tha, and he was going through with all his Vanar Sena and all his family. And the most important thing was, each and every member of the organizing team was there with him at that moment, and वो हम सबको लेकर चल रहे थे, and जंगलों से गुजरते हुए, and it was a divine place. And हम जब वहाँ से जा रहे थे, it was there we stood at a place जहाँ पे already दरबार सा बना हुआ था, and भगवान राम ordered all of us to sit there, and हम सब वहाँ पर बैठ गए, and बड़े ही प्रेम से you can remember easily that Bhagwan Ram, along with Mother Sita, he was sitting at the center. To his left were Brother Lakshman, Brother Shatrughan, and to his right, very fortunately for me, I was just standing beside Bhagwan Sri Ram, and to his right were Brother Bharat, and Hanumanji was sitting there. You know, the things happened like that. Bhagwan Ram हर एक की प्रॉब्लम सुन रहे थे, जो भी प्रजा, जो भी everybody was coming to him and he was solving all their doubts. And meanwhile, that time I wondered, and I just glanced at Bhagwan Hanumanji, and Bhagwan Hanumanji was sparkling in his whites. He was purely in white color, dazzling with jewelry and everything. And he was just sitting, meditating on Ram, Ram, Ram. He was just mentally doing Ram, 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 meditating on his name. And he was in deep pain. I can sense that Bhagwan Hanumanji is in deep pain, and was wondering why Bhagwan aap Hanumanji ki sun lo ek baar. He wants to speak to you, but why are you not listening to him? But I could not gather courage and say this to him. Later on, many things happened later on in the dream. Due to scarcity of time, I could not say that. But yes, when I woke up, I just contemplated on this, that what's the message behind this? And जब मैंने उसको बहुत विचार किया, and I just thought that yes, you know, there could be multiple messages when we listen to this thing. But for me, it was like, जब भी difficult times आएंगे, because there had been times, difficult times, जब हम छोड़ना चाहेंगे, we would like to leave organization work, we'd like to leave Swami, we'd like to doubt everything. अगर जब भी ऐसे time आएंगे, it's very important to hold on to him, somehow hold on to him. And you know, it's, if ever we feel that our prayers are not answered, we have to think it like this, ki boss, this is my journey from being a monkey to becoming a Hanuman. Bhagwan is instilling us with that one quality of Bhagwan Hanuman to become, so that when our prayers are not answered, we become stronger, we become more strong. Times, and there will be times when family ka support nahi milega, friends, career would be in very difficult situation. We would like to leave organization work, या time nahi mil raha. All these times, because I tried to avoid it, certain situations, and जितना मैं छोड़ना चाह रहा था काम, भगवान उतना ज्यादा मुझे पकड़ रहे थे, and I got it, boss. भगवान मेरा सांस तक नहीं छोड़ने वाले, मेरा अंतिम सांस क्या, मेरा जब सांस खत्म भी हो जाएगा उसके बाद भी नहीं हमें छोड़ने वाले. It was more of like, all the time when I was treating Bhagwan like a Hiranyakashyap, I was abusing him, I was fighting hard with him, I treated Bhagwan like a Shishupal. This Mother Sai of ours, he treated me like Prahlad, he treated me like Arjuna, and gave me, Bhagwan is the embodiment of love. He loves each and everything. Bhagwan even loves the thin air between our lips, between our mobiles and us. But वो दया और करुणा के सागर हैं. We are being blessed कि यार ये मेरा बच्चा है, इसके ऊपर मुझे दया करनी है. We have been like this. We have भगवान का ये relationship है हमारे साथ में. And I would not say anything like it's miracle things or something like that, but yes, this is our journey of transformation. See, भगवान कुछ भी कर सकते थे. भगवान could have changed everything and everything in a blink of a चुटकी में, but he chose to transform us. आज मैं वही इंसान हूँ जो भगवान पे सबसे ज्यादा डाउट करता था. And see his beauty, his transformation that he gave person like me, who was the greatest doubter of him. He gave me a chance to speak, and not at any other session. At that Sattvam session, he gave me a chance to speak. This is the transformation of Swami that only and only he can deliver. Right. So at the last, I would like to end here that, just a question, just a thought for each one of us. Is there any language? Is there any other language other than the language of heart which can describe, जो कोई भी ऐसा शब्द या ऐसी भाषा है जो भगवान का और हमारे रिश्ते का उसको परिभाषित कर सकती है? Just have a thought about this. Om Shri Sairam.
Thank you so much, Brother Shubham. अगर ईश्वर में आस्था है तो उलझनों में रास्ता है. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपके इस rendition के लिए. Thank you so much. Moving on, our next speaker is Sister Anjana Chhetri from Gangtok, Sikkim, a Sai youth, a Bal Vikas Guru, and she is currently pursuing Masters in Sociology from Sikkim Manipal University. Sister Anjana, over to you.
Om Shri Sairam, offering my deepest pranams to the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan, esteemed elders and dear sisters and brothers, a loving Sairam to each one of you. Have you ever wondered how Swami works in the smallest details of our lives? I'll start with a small yet the most memorable incident when Swami became my guide on my way to Bhakta Nivas from the coconut stall. It might sound simple and not very great to speak on, but the situation I experienced was amazing. About a decade ago, during the Bal Vikas Thought Group and Alumni Conference in Prashantinilayam, I was a student of third group. I was about 11 years old, went there with my Samiti elders and other students as we were. During the second day of the conference, all of us went to drink some coconut water. We were enjoying it, and I went to get that malai, the whiter part of the coconut. And after that, when I turned back, my team had already gone back to the room, leaving me behind. I was unfamiliar about the route as Bhakta Nivas was quite farther than the rest of the other blocks. It's not far at all when I think now, but for an 11-year-old kid, it was. I do not speak much with strangers. I used to be a very silent child, turned around and was clueless about my way back. I sat there for a while and nobody came searching for me. The only thing I could do is visualize Swami and pray. I kept on chanting Sai Gayatri, Sai Shwaraya Vidmahi Satya Devaya Dhimahi, Tannas Sarva Prachodayat, Sai Shwaraya Vidmahi Satya Devaya Dhimahi. And I don't know how I got that conscious thought in my mind to do that inky pinky wala thing that we usually do while playing. But I did that with Sai Shwaraya Vidmahi because I had that confidence in me that since I'm already in Bhagwan's divine abode, it is my home. I chanted Sai Shwaraya in all directions, and that way, you won't believe it, I actually reached Bhakta Nivas where we were staying. And when I reached there, I was amazed to see that none of my team members were aware that I had been left behind. Imagine the emotional outburst that happened because I was totally introvert and nobody noticed that I was left behind. I was lost for about 15 minutes. Then I cried for like almost an hour, missing my home as my parents weren't there and everyone was older than me. I somehow felt neglected. I don't know if I'm being able to explain the exact situation here, but that was a wonderful lesson for me as I was that silent little girl not seen. And later, when I came home and realized This incident brought me immense joy. I realized that if they hadn't left me behind and if I hadn't lost my way, I wouldn't have had that incredible blessing of witnessing the power of Sai Gayatri. Even today, while I go to take lessons at Balvikas, I teach my juniors to chant Sai Gayatri or any other mantras every time in any situation. And while I talk about Balvikas, it is where my heart belongs. I feel the most happy when I'm around those kids. I love to play with them. I share my experiences with them. I literally play, chit chat, and act like one because it gives me immense happiness and my love for them grows more and more. And of course, for Swami as well. To all my fellow brothers and sisters here, even if you've never attended a Balvikas class or are not an alumnus, I suggest you to visit once and spend time with the children. You'll feel like you're speaking to Swami himself. And trust me, it will be one of the happiest moments of your life. I'm sure all the Balvikas gurus present here can relate to this. My actual journey of realization started shortly after I became a guru and started to attend different activities within the organization. Gradually, every small opportunities were a learning process for me. And still, this process is going on, even though I was connected to Swami since childhood. And looking back at my incredibly beautiful moments of my every visit to Bharti, my heart overflows with joy and gratitude. There's one thing that always scares me is every time Swami calls me, my interim exams will be going on. Yes, during the time of Shadna Shivir for youth office bearers in 2022, my exams were scheduled, but thankfully it was postponed. During our induction for NLP in 2023, my was scheduled, but still I went there, and I'm sort of spilling out the truth today that I bunked the third day of induction program because I had to rush back to Sikkim to appear for my paper. Again, a few months ago, during my even semester exam in July 2024, I requested and took permission to attend the Global Young Adults Conference. I had 4 papers in total, and one of the paper was in between that 3-day program. And later, I appeared for the supplementary for that one paper. Well, that sounds crazy, but I was craving to visit Prashanti Nilayam and attend the event. Although my parents were super scared because obviously Bangalore to Sikkim is a long route, plus we have to take 5 to 6 hours of cab after reaching Siliguri, West Bengal. But still, they supported me and had faith that Swami will be guiding me. This is really incredible and surprising as I think about, because now also my odd semester exam is going on. It started from 2nd of Jan and it'll only end by 9th. I could not help but accept it with total joy, and that is how I believe Swami has been teaching me to balance and prioritize both academic circumstances and his divine calls. And now, as I'm getting to work with all my amazing seniors, I've created such a great bond with many of my sisters and brothers here, as well as in my state. I'm learning to be more outgoing, interact more, and grab all the opportunities given. And as a young adult, especially as a student, while we go to our university, we come across and interact with different types of people. There can be many influences pulling us in different directions. As I've faced it personally, I repeat, I've faced it personally, and it's natural to falter. But gradually, I've become a realization that Swami's love is endless, and he watches us with immense patience. He knows our struggles and rejoices in every small step we take. That is how, gradually, day by day, we learn and grow more under his colorful umbrella. This is how my past few years have been a journey of realizing Swami's love, and I feel deeply humbled and blessed to be a part of this divine endeavor and look forward to continuing this journey of self-discovery with his blessings. Offering whatever I have spoken today at his divine lotus feet with immense love and gratitude. Thank you, Swami. You are not just a guiding force, but an essence of love and purpose in my life. Thank you to the Sattvam team. I am deeply grateful to be here as I'm getting to share my screen with all these amazing seniors. Thank you, everyone. I wish you all a happy, happy fifth night of the new year. Jai Sairam.
Thank you so much, Sister Anjana. Thank you so much for pressing importance on वो सब देख रहा है. आपकी प्रार्थना, आपका संघर्ष, आपकी तकलीफें, आपका संयम और कर्म भी. Don't feel neglected. That's a very good message to all the attendees here. Thank you so much, Sister Anjana. Moving on, we have our next speaker, Brother Sai Prakash, and from Tamil Nadu, South, a Sai youth and professionally a digital operations lead sourcing APAC at JLL. Brother Sai Prakash, over to you.
Om Shri Sairam, offering my humble pranams to my most beloved Bhagwan and a loving Sairam to everyone gathered here. Today, I am thrilled to share with you a personal story of transformation, the journey of how Swami helped a teenager become the person he wanted him to be. My childhood wasn't so easy. I struggled with almost as a son, as a student, and as a member of society. You name it, I struggled a lot. These challenges turned me into an introvert with low self-esteem and little confidence. I wasn't regular in anything a boy should be. I lacked a vibrant social circle due to my insecurities, if you can say so. The days were going on like that, and fortunately, I began attending bhajans and seva activities at my local Samiti in Kumbakonam, Tamil Nadu. As I participated more regularly, I noticed a shift. My life started unfolding in new ways, and the Sai family made me feel that my presence mattered. They recognized me as someone they could count on, and slowly began developing confidence. But though the self-doubt still lingered. It was in May 2010, I got the opportunity to attend my first seva in Prashanthi Nilayam. Before leaving, I sought advice from a Sai brother I looked up to, and his words were really transformative. He told me how to conduct oneself or conduct myself in the Prashanthi Nilayam as a sevadal, and emphasized that our seva is for ourselves and not for others. He also quoted that seva is more like a workshop that is directed at ourselves. And he told me some of the do's and don'ts. And then he said something that truly boosted my confidence, stating, Sai, if Swami calls you while you are on duty, remove the scarf and go talk to him. For someone lacking confidence in facing world, the idea of Swami might call me was empowering. And this thought was deeply instilled in my heart and in my mind as I embarked in my seva experience. And days passed by, I was deputed in Sai Kulwant as a sevadal. At Sai Kulwant I found myself breathing the same air as Swami. I had a few moments of eye contact with Swami that sent chills down my spine. Throughout 2 weeks of my seva, the duration of the seva, I waited for that moment when Swami might call me. The days went on, the time passed by. On my last day, as I prepared to leave, Swami hadn't come for morning darshan, as he had been giving darshans only in the evening. I think that was a time where, at least when I was doing seva at Prashanthi Nilayam, for all the 14 days, Swami did not come for morning darshans, and he comes only in the evenings. I wasn't in my whites at the last day of my seva. I was about to catch my bus at 11 a.m. back home. I went for morning bhajans thinking, Swami, you didn't call me, but I want to have your darshan before I take leave. Moments later, brothers and sisters, Swami in his white chair with golden frames in it, and it was the sight to behold. And at that moment, I realized the profound truth. We don't need to wait for Swami to call us. We should call him, and he will be at our beck and call. And this wisdom could only come from Swami. And since that day, my Swami has always been there whenever I needed him. I've heard elders say that Swami tells us, you give me your availability and I will give you your capability. Whether at work or elsewhere, when I gave all, when I gave my all, and still feel that I'm not quite there, I call upon Swami and he takes charge. Do you know what happens when Swami takes charge? I think most of you know, but to the rest, I'll leave it to you for experience. To me, this transformative journey or this transformative experience was my Swami. If the efforts are me, the results are my Swami. If me, talent is my Swami. If the speaker is me, the listeners are my Swami. If the listener is me, the speaker is my Swami. Today, if the participant is me, Satsangatve Nissangatvam is my Swami. And if you're all with me, and if you can relate to whatever I just shared, please type hashtag my Swami and I. The chat window is open. In closing, I want to express my gratitude for this wonderful opportunity. Remember, Swami is always there, waiting for us to call upon him. He transforms us in ways we can't imagine, turning our weaknesses into strengths and our doubts into confidence. Thank you all for listening. Jai Sairam.
Thank you so much, Brother Sai Prakash. Thank you for telling us when you have everywhere to go, you still go to Swami. When you have nowhere to go, you still go to Swami. When you have everyone to listen, you still go to Swami. When you have no one to listen, you still go to Swami. So thank you so much for how you can make Swami or how Swami is your personal cheerleader. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Our next speaker is Sister Charishma from Andhra Pradesh, a Sai youth, a Vedam resource person, and currently pursuing Masters in Yoga from Andhra University. Sister Charishma, over to you.
Om Shri Sairam. Thank you, sister. I offer my most reverential pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami. Loving Sairams, everyone. Firstly, heartiest congratulations to each one of us to be able to make it to this place, to this day with him. I always consider myself to be very privileged to be born into a Sai family. Growing up, Swami was God for me. God, just like the many other gods and goddesses we have. We have so many of them. It was only in 2012 that I changed from being a god on the wall to being my God, my personal Swami. The backstory, it was the Vishakhapatnam district Partiyatra, and I was a part of the dance drama team. Days before we were to start to Parti, I remember having this conversation with my mother. Amma, come what may, I am not going to dance in Parti anymore. I was so fixed in that thought. My mother, the wise person she is, she was a Balavikas guru since she was some 14, 15 years old. She just let me vent out my emotions. Few days after, I went a step ahead and I was expressing my thoughts as to how important I was in the team. There is a balance when you're dancing. Let's say there are 4 and 4 on each side. If one leaves in the last moment, it'll be a very uncomfortable transition. So I thought, irrespective of what kind of a dancer I was still very important. So I was about to say something and I start off. Amma, just in case, and I didn't even finish my statement. And my mother didn't listen silently this time. She fired back. She said a life lesson to me. And this very lesson, our Gopi uncle, he keeps lovingly reminding us every now and then. And the lesson she shared was, Charishma, remember, if Swami decides something, it will happen. No matter what, it will happen. You be there, you do not be there. You do, you do not do. Doesn't matter. If he wills, it is bound to happen. But if you participate, you will be gaining some good credits for yourself. You know, the good coins in our value bank, you'll be gaining some of those. Lesson taken, just like a normal lesson, our elders say and we take it. It was just that. And I am now in Parti, the very same place where all of us would be there 20 days from now in front of Sai's Sannidhi. You would be there waiting for your grad walk to begin, and I was there waiting for my dance to start. Backstage, I was waiting. I'll go in, I'll dance whatever it is, 4 or 5 minutes. I'll come back. We are done with this entire deal. That was my mindset. I enter. Given the great dancer I was very close to the backdrop. Swami Sannidhi was a little far. In that place, brothers and sisters, I'd experienced bliss. And I've very cautiously chosen this word. It was not happiness. It was bliss, what I'd experienced. I eat something I like today, I'm happy. After a month, it doesn't matter. But every time, just in your thought of that day, that moment, gives me that intense, unique happiness. That was the bliss I'd experienced back then. From someone who wanted to get done with all of this, I turned into someone so desperate, trying to find out ways which could help me land back there. That very place which I wanted to avoid. And then I come back, I start learning dance, and Swami did show his love and affection. From somebody in the last of the row, I shifted to somebody in the front of the row. Then I shifted to somebody in the center of the entire team, which is the biggest blessing we could get as part of dance teams in the Pathiyatra dramas. I had experienced all of it, from being the last person to being the center of attraction. And then, when the golden days of Balvikas got over, I transitioned to Vedam. But again, this transition wasn't a smooth one. I was this girl who tried everything possible to avoid attending a Vedam class at 6:30 in the morning. Thanks to my mother's efforts, my parents' blessings, and of course, our dearest Swami, he's changed me into someone who now takes classes herself at 5 a.m. in the morning. This huge change, if not for him, it wouldn't have been possible. I always thought Vedam was my personal sadhana. It gives me strength that I could only experience for myself. I didn't know I could share it with people. When I was working with the Vedam team, I thought I was only working. They say, Ananto vai Vedaha. Vedas are infinite. They teach you the way of life. Everything is encapsulated within it. I thought I understood it. Little did I realize that. I thought I was working for the Vedam team. Let's say there's a course happening. I would make sure of the registrations, what to be included, what not to be included, take care of the responses, filter the responses, segregate the responses, divide teams, assign RPs. I thought it was all work I was doing. But until a few hours ago, I did not realize that it was work. This entire process, there was so much of technical stuff I'd learned. There were so many administrative aspects I'd come to know about. How do we speak with people? How do we connect? How do we get work done? There was a roller coaster of emotions I'd experienced. And if this is not life, I don't know what it is. Vedas do teach us the way of life. And we are thinking we're just working with the organization. I suggest we think back again. We are actually living life in the organization, brothers and sisters. Swami says, youth and youth alone can change this world. As we all are preparing for coming to Parthi in a few days from now, are we actually only preparing to come and take our certificates? Are we only coming forward to come enjoy the 5 years celebrations and enjoy all of that? Or it's something more than what meets the eye? Let us dwell on this. I urge each one of us to rethink for our own selves. Why are we coming to Swami? Because he is very gracious, brothers and sisters. He's been giving us everything all along, not even letting us realize how much he's filled our hands with. We were always thinking it was very light. There's nothing. He was holding them for us, standing right next to us, for us. Let's think on this. And as we come to the end, I would congratulate each one of you again for successfully completing this journey of self-transformation. Congratulations. And I would like to thank the conveners of this program for giving me this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. our very own amazing Sattvam team for making all of this possible, my parents for every single thing, and our dearest, dearest Swami for making this and every single moment of my life worth living. Thank you and Jai Sairam.
I am short of words, Sister Charishma. I think most of us will resonate with how, we've been saying no. We question that, Swami, are you late? We prayed late. Thank you so much for bringing out your journey from there to here and inspiring. I'm sure everyone here must have resonated. Even one story, something that you mentioned, because I could. Thank you so much for bringing out that part. Thank you so much. Moving on, we have our next speaker, Brother Sukrut Devidas Savarkar from Maharashtra East, currently account and audit in charge of Laghu Udyog Bharati, India. Brother Sukrut.
Sairam, offering my reverential pranam at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master. Sairam. Loving Sairam to one and all present here. Brothers and sisters, I am Sukrut Devidas Savarkar from Maharashtra. I would like to share two stories with you which taught me, which helped me to understand the Swami's divine words. So without wasting any time, let me start sharing those experiences. My first experience is when I was in 11th standard. I was in my adolescent days and I used to go to bhajans, love to be part of it. And as that bhajan says, na, Sai Mata Pita Dinabandhu Sakha. I used to feel Swami is person available for me to chat. So whenever I get time, whenever I with myself, I used to say, Swami, this was not good. Something bad happened. I used to complain to Swami and say, Swami, this is not working. It should not happen like this. If something good, even if the smallest bits or something I want my relative or friend responded me, I used to say, Swami, thank you. And this kind of conversation was going on during that period. I thought more or over the period of time, I thought this communication, I'm not sure whether Swami is listening to it. So one day, what happened was, it was summertime, and I had to go to my college. That day, I was not having bicycle or vehicle. So I started, okay, let's get auto in between and visit the college and complete the task. I started. During Maharashtra in May, the temperature rise from 42 degrees to 45 degrees. So it's very scorching hot. I started feeling the heat. I was like, oh, this is not good. And as soon as I reached to main road now, nothing was there. Like there is a word in Marathi, it's called chit pakru. Nobody was there, not even auto, not even any help who can ask, brother, please can you stop and drop me in between. So I started walking because that work need to be done. I started walking and walking. And as a habit, I started saying to Swami, Swami, this is so bad. It's so painful. I started having this conversation for a minute, but I was walking, seeing that nothing is happening. I continued to walk for 5 or 6 minutes. Suddenly, a gentleman stopped beside me and said, where are you going? Do you want lift? I was baffled because I dropped my head. I lost any hope. Suddenly, a gentleman stopping near me and asking, "Do you want it?" It's like gold you're looking for, and somebody is offering you in your hand. I was baffled. I did not. He suddenly, where you want to go? I said, I want to go to Shivaji Science College. He said, oh, great. I was going that way only. You hop on. I was startled. I sat beside uncle. He dropped me near that college. Not a single word he asked utter. He dropped me. He dropped me to my college and went away. That time I realized Brothers and sisters, Swami listens. Every word of you. He might reply you later or instantly, but he listens with utmost sincerity. Coming to my next experience, this was in year 2022. I was in my saddest period of my life. I wanted something in my life. I wanted to achieve that thing, and I wanted a result to be in my side. It did not work, and I prayed and prayed to Swami for that, but it did not work out. My condition was like initially it's like Sahara do Bhagavan. मुझे दया करो मुझे कृपा करो. It was going on for a period. Saddest part was after some time, Bhagwan from Sahara though was left out. I started I like filing more and more sadness. I was that was the worst bit. I was not going anywhere mentally, physically, professionally, education wise. I was stuck. During this time in January, around time, my elder brother called me, cousin brother, and said, "I'm going for a certain conference. Would you like to go?" I said, "No, I'm not coming." He kept quiet. After a few minutes, my sister-in-law called, "Hey, please go. It is free. You don't have to pay anything." I was so reluctant. I said, "No, I'm not coming." After a few days, my elder brother again called. He said, "Hey, please listen. It is going to be good conference. It is national level conference. After so much time, after COVID, it is happening. You will get a good opportunity." I said, "No, I am liking my sadness. I'm happy with it. Please leave me alone." Okay, then that call also stopped. Next few minutes after that, my sister-in-law, I wanted to go. As I'm pregnant, I'm not able to go. So please go. It's a free seat. You don't have to pay a penny. Just go. It will be atmosphere change for you. I was very reluctant, and I took firm stand that I'm not going to Swami. I am not going anywhere. Just before, as the trip was nearing, before I believe 2 or 3 days back, my brother again called, and I said very politely, "No, Bhaiya, please consider this." Then after that call, my sister-in-law specifically, she let that call end. She called me and she scolded me so bad. She didn't leave me any choice. I said, "Okay, and I surrendered." I said, "Okay, I will join. I will go with Bhaiya." And that trip changed me. It helped me to reconnect to Swami. I visited Perthi. I attended those sessions. There were eminent speakers, and their stories helped me to visualize all the negative thought. It helped me to remove that. I felt energized. I got my hope back. And one of the things I missed out was chanting divine bhajans and getting crying in Sai Kulunthol while chanting bhajans. At the end of that sessions, at the end of that visit, Gopi uncle and Verma uncle told about us about NLP. I applied along with my many senior brothers. They were and they were more qualified than me. So I was not hoping. They said this time we have received thousands of people application. Considering the senior people who are applied along me, like they had got the close and direct interaction with Swami. They were doing good in organization. Yet nobody was amongst them got selected, and I got selected for NLP. It was a big shocker for me. That journey went on. I got chance to work for SSVJ newsletter. One thing I have learned through this journey, along with this energy and hope, that you have to be available for Swami. If you are available for Swami, he will make you capable. And as Brother Pranav rightly pointed out, he will open new avenues, new doors for you. Uh, on a funny note, I would like to share one another experience. Like when I was student like you, listening to satsang sessions, after one of the event speakers session got over, and I was saying, Swami, so many big people are with you, and you are making them available for us to share your story, your thoughts to us. Can you make me that capable or make me to speak like this platform? And brothers and sisters, I'm speaking in front of you. Miracle is not I'm speaking in front of you. Miracle is that when Swami chose you, if you make yourself available to him, he will make he will send you to the places you have not imagined. It is his Leela, his greatness. Just be available and work under his name. While closing, currently in current phase, I'm following one bhajan where Swami says, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and then say, Satsangatve Nissangatvam, Nissangatve Nirmohatvam. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for this time. Sairam.
Thank you so much, Brother Sukrut, for instilling in us the power of faith. कि तुम्हारे हिस्से में अगर युद्ध है, कि तुम्हारे हिस्से में अगर युद्ध है, तुम्हारे हिस्से में कृष्ण भी आएंगे. भरोसा रखो, भरोसा रखो. स्वामी आते हैं और स्वामी आएंगे. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm fumbling. I mean, I'm taking names wrong. I generally don't do that, but the experience has been so touching. Swami aa rahe hain, Swami aayenge. Thank you so much, Brother Sukrut. Thank you so much. Moving on, we have our next speaker, Mr. Jayanti from Delhi, a Sai youth, an architect by profession, co-founder of an architectural firm by name ENA Design Consultants LLP, which specializes in airport infrastructural projects predominantly. I'm sorry, just waiting to hear more from you, Sister Vajanti. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sister. Offering my humble and loving pranams to the mother of mothers, the father of fathers, the Lord of lords, the bestest friend whom we adore loads, the creator behind every creation, the ocean of mercy and affection, the God of all universes, the indweller present in all our words and verses, the embodiment of love and truth, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Sairam to all my dear brothers and sisters and all my respected elders present here. When Swati first informed me that I was to speak with you all for the last episode of Sattvam for the season, I immediately asked her, what do I speak on, Swati? And she just replied, Swami and you. After hearing those words, immediately there was a sudden flood of memories that just came gushing into my mind because Swami and me is actually nothing but Swami in me, beside me, and around me. And once that realization grew stronger and stronger, there were so many moments that I began recalling in my life in which Swami just had to come up and show himself like a cameo in a movie because, after all, this movie's director is Swami only. When he chooses to simply come in front of the camera for a bit, it becomes an important scene of the movie. That's all. Rest of the movie, he's behind camera, directing our lives for us. Right, brothers and sisters? And so today, I'll share some of those cameo of Swami moments in my life that have brought me so much closer to Bhagwan and have made me realize that this life is his only to direct. This was in the year 2018 when I received my offer letter from the university, Royal College of Art, London, to commence my master's in city designing. I had to move to the UK in September 2018. Now, brothers and sisters, this was the very first time that I was leaving home, leaving my parents, leaving the motherland to go and live on foreign shores. You can imagine how worried my parents were. Nevertheless, they, being the cutest parents ever, decided to fly along with me and settle me down in my hostel before my term started. Even though the hostel was very centrally located in London, with all facilities at an arm's length, and though everything was very comfortable for a student to be able to successfully complete her master's, me, along with my parents, were all a little anxious still. This was not a country where I was born and raised, after all, you see. And so my parents were still not able to accept the fact that I was to live here in this hostel for the next almost 2 years. There was still an unsettling emotion that we all were feeling. On the third day of my arrival, when I was standing at the reception desk of my hostel with my parents, we were told by the receptionist that there were still some joining procedures that I had to complete. And the receptionist started taking out forms that were to be signed by the hostel secretary. My parents were standing beside me to sign on the forms as well. I noticed something. As the receptionist stood up to take the forms and get them signed from the hostel secretary, there was a notepad-sized Swami's photograph behind her computer. Upon seeing this, my parents almost had tears in their eyes and they immediately asked me to look at that photo. The moment I saw it, I just couldn't hold my breath. Swami was already present there in my hostel, just waiting to welcome me. That's all. That was when my parents also got an assurance that Bhagwan himself is there to take care of me and that I was safe in his own hands. With this confidence, my parents happily traveled back to India, and I had the best 2 years of my stay in that hostel because of Swami's grace and immense love. And also, I wanted to still attend my weekly bhajans and be part of the Sai activities in London as well. And so I Googled which was the nearest Sai center to my hostel. And brothers and sisters, you won't believe it. The nearest Sai center showed that it was only at a walking distance of 15 minutes from my hostel. Now I was able to peacefully take part in all Sai activities there in London as well. Brothers and sisters, this is how Swami already takes care of things before we even realize it. There's another thing I want to let you all know. Never should we feel that Bhagavan is not there just because he is physically not present. He is still very much here and all our words, thoughts, and deeds, just like he did when he was there physically. Let me share an incident on the same. In the year 2022, I had decided that I needed to learn Rudram fluently and not just know it by bits here and there. I decided to start with Namakam and fully master that first. So I started listening to Prashanti Mandir live every day, and along with the Vedam chanters from Kulvat Hall, I would also chant with them, holding my Shruti book, paying attention to all the Swaritas, Dirgha Swaritas, etc. I did this religiously for almost 3 months, entire November, December, and January of 2023. And all this while, I was simply doing it because I wanted to be proficient in it. But for Swami, it was something else. On January 26th, 4 a.m., early in the morning during Brahma Muhurat time, I saw Swami in my dream. Brothers and sisters, this dream of Swami was one of the clearest and profound dreams of Swami I have ever had. In the dream, Pulman Hall was still getting constructed, and there was sand everywhere, just like how Puttaparthi was in the olden days. I was standing with my hands folded in Namaskaram, waiting for Swami to enter into two big gates. I was standing on the outside of the gate, waiting for Bhagavan to come. As our young, charming, and dynamic Swami entered, he was walking very happily with a lot of letters in his left hand, and he was about to enter the big gates. But just before entering, because I was standing there with folded hands, he saw me and stopped. The moment I saw Bhagavan, I immediately bent down and took Pad Namaskaram. Then Swami, looking at me with those loving eyes, slight stain of beetle leaves on his lips, thick bushy hair, and a crisp orange robe, he smiled at me and inquired, "Worries em leave kada?" Which translates to, "You're not having any worries, right?" To which I replied, "Swami, neerunte em worries," which means, "Swami, if you are there, what worries will I have?" And then Bhagwan just smiled. Brothers and sisters, I woke up with such radiant energy that filled my entire body, and I just didn't want that beautiful dream of Swami to end. But at the same time, I was feeling so blessed to have witnessed that dream. And then, after almost I don't know how many months later, I realized that the reason Swami chose to appear himself before me and like that was because he was giving me a message that he was happy with the fact that I was so dedicatedly learning Rudram. That is why he also specifically mentioned that I have no worries, which is basically what Swami always used to say, Rudram Bhadram, that chanting Rudram will always keep you Bhadram safe. So, dear brothers and sisters, I just want to let you all know that this is our Swami. Every single activity that you do, or you are thinking of doing, or even if it is yet to come to your mind as a thought, he knows everything already. He is simply waiting for us to call out to him so that he can come running towards us. That's how much he loves all of us, brothers and sisters. And he is still very much here, watching all of us with those loving eyes and thick black hair. Jai Sairam.
Thank you so much, Sister Vaijayanti. Thank you so much. वो दे तो मर्जी उसकी, ना दे तो मलाल नहीं. वो स्वामी है, वो स्वामी के फैसले का कमाल है. उसके फैसलों पर कोई सवाल नहीं. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and how Swami cameos in our lives, sometimes in his physical form, sometimes in dreams. It's beautiful to listen to this. Thank you so much, Sister Vaijayanti. Thank you. Moving on, our next speaker for today is Brother Sai Pertala from Hyderabad, a Sai youth, professionally a generative AI engineer for media and entertainment at Trions. Brother Sai Pertala.
Thank you, sister. Om Shri Sairam. Offering my loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Swami, and my pranams to my beloved parents. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Sairam to all of you. Lot of speakers and such amazing insights and learnings from everybody, and I am sitting here wondering what will I speak. But I have a lot to share. Let me be the storyteller for you all today. Okay? You all have the freedom to visualize these stories in your mind. So please go ahead into your imaginative world and then let's get into this world of ours. I've spent a part of my life in this beautiful city called London. But my life there wasn't beautiful at all. I went through a lot of lethal and depression. Not a day went by without praying to Swami, well, to be honest, scolding Swami for giving me such pain and suffering. And I questioned him for maybe like 10 hours straight in a day, pining for answers. One such day, my Swami changed my life. At that point of time, after 23 years of living a Sai life, I first got my dream darshan. Let me quickly describe this dream to you all. I was the only person seated in Sai Kulwant Hall in the third block white space. And I was just looking around just to see Swami seated right in front of the Ganesha in the veranda, with his feet resting on those golden railings, as you can see on the screen. And he was calling me towards him. Swami, I said. Hear me, he replied. I couldn't control my emotions and blurted out in pain and suffering. Swami, I don't have a job. I'm directionless. There is so much pressure. I'm competing against the entire world. Everyone is just various levels. Swami, ekkada unnaru. What is this, Swami? He replied, Inka? I got really frustrated because I was expecting an answer from Bhagwan. I shouted back at him again, Swami, there is no happiness in my life. Everywhere there's pain and suffering. Why, Swami? I don't remember the last time I felt happy. I don't remember the last time I felt happy right from here, my heart. Again he replied, Inka. Too much more frustration now. Swami is not giving me answers. I said, what, Swami? Inka. Everything you're only doing? And still asking me, Inka. Now tell me or go back to your Yajur Mandir. I understood that I messed up. I paused and said, Swami, please. Let me take you out of this dream and let July. Swami had blessed me with this opportunity to be the musician's lead for a major program in Sai Kulwant Hall. Everything was set, but just 3 days before the event, due to circumstances beyond my control, and of course, his divine Maya, that offering got cancelled. Thanks to our elders, the program was brought back on track, but with a twist. We had to sing using karaoke tracks. None of the 80 musicians from around the world who had practiced for straight 2 to 3 months would get mics or the chance to perform live in Sai Kulwant Hall, and I was their musician's lead. Imagine my plight. I had to break this heartbreaking news to the entire team, yet by His grace, they all took it well. Thank you very much. But now, who would make these karaoke tracks? The elders pointed out to me. With just 72 hours left, I, along with a few friends, worked day and night. 2 meals in those 72 hours, 6 hours of sleep in total in those 72 hours, fighting against time to pull this program off. But I reached a breaking point. And that night before the event, during the darshan after the aarti, I fell on my knees near the samadhi, surrendering completely to Swami. Mind you, I didn't give up, and I prayed, Swami, you brought me here. You gave me this challenge, and now you only can take me through it. I am not the musician's lead, Swami. You are the musician's lead. Don't take this opportunity away from these people to sing for you. I was never the musician's lead. It is always you, Swami. Please, Swami. What happened that night remains beyond words. By morning, something that should have taken a month or so was miraculously done. 6 songs were completely ready. By 9 a.m., we were set for the final practice. And by 5 p.m., we offered our love to him through this music program. And that's the music program. Going back to this dream, when I asked Swami that night about my direction life, my job, my future, he said, surrender yourself to me. He said, surrender yourself to me. Whatever work you do, think it is for me. Trust in the process, not the outcome. You put your head down, give your best, and I will take care of the rest. Brothers and sisters, when the Lord of the universe himself can give us this assurance that he is there with us, he will walk with us, and he will take us through all of this Maya, all we need to do is just surrender and not give up. What is this future? What is this job? What is this direction? And then Swami went on to tell, don't just make Swami the destination. Don't just make Swami the destination. let us also make Swami our direction. Let me now take you to the year June 2000. It was June 2000. A small baby came into this world. The small baby got introduced to God, called Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. The small baby was seated in Sai Kulwant Hall, ready and waiting to be given a worldly identity, a name. Swami didn't name him. Days passed. The mother tried to pray and ask Swami for a name. Swami replied, Chustanu, I will see. Yet, no identity. Few more months later, the mother prays for the name again and Swami says, Ippudu perlu pettadam aapesanu kada bangaru. I am not naming anyone now, Bangaru. Translate. The family was a bit upset. Next day, the father spun up a plan. He thought, if Swami isn't naming the child by himself, let's write some names on a piece of paper and give this MCQ test to Swami. And Swami, like all of us humans, he'll have these 4 options, A, B, C, D. Swami will choose one name from that, and yes, this child will be named. Works? Right? Great plan. Quickly seated near the Sai Kulwant Hall lions, the father wrote those 4 names ready for Swami to choose. Darshan music started. Swami in his beautiful form glides right from the Yajur Mandir gate to where this father was seated. Father gets up on his knees, hands him this piece of paper, and then the drama begins. A simple ABCD names turned into the father seeing the Rudra Rupa of Swami. Swami crumpled this paper with anger, threw it on the father's face, exclaiming, Ivi perla, are these names? Father obliged and said, Swami, Mere Chappal Swami, please, you tell Swami. Now you must be thinking, why Rudra Rupa? The father, I don't know from where he got this amazing move. He thought to himself that, okay, I will give the worst possible names that I can think of for my child. Maybe these are really bad. And then Swami will get angry or not, I don't know. But he will give us one name which we can put to this boy. Brothers and sisters, that did happen. Swami took one step back and he told in Sai Kulwant Hall that Andari Hrudayaలలో నివసిస్తాడు ఈ సాయి అందుకే వీని సాయి హృదయ్ అని పిలుద్దామా. Sai resides in the hearts of every being in the universe. Shall we call this child Sai Hruday? Thus, I am standing in front of you today, narrating the story called Sai Hruday and my journey with my Swami. Now, are you wondering what those 4 names are? One of those 4 names, I'll tell you all the 4 names. The 4 names were Sai Kumbhakarna, Sai Vibhishana, Sai Maricha, and Sai Ravanasura. Just imagine, brothers, if Swami took a prank on my life and then Swami put my name as Sai Ravanasura, I would be introducing myself today to all of you as Sai Ravanasura. That night in the dream when I asked Swami, why is there no happiness in my life? Why is there no happiness from inside? I was shouting at Swami, and then Swami immediately said, Hey, don't you remember June 2000? I am in your heart. Why will not there be happiness? Why are you searching for it outside? Look inward. Talk to me. Do your work. Don't feel lonely. All these worldly things, worldly happiness are just momentary. But this Sai, he points to himself, this Sai is forever. Just listen to your heartbeat. It's not labbu dabbu, no labbu dabbu. It's love, dove. Swami will give you love and peace. Love and peace. That is your happiness. That is your happiness. That day onwards, when I got up at 9 a.m. in the morning, just like all the other dreams that were shared here, I never felt unhappy one day. Because he's been calling love and peace and Shanti and whatever he wants to shower to me. Sometimes, yes, I detune, but again, thanks to a lot of people in my life and a lot of activities that Swami has put around me, that he makes me tune it back and get that happiness. Brothers and sisters, I would like to end my talk by saying that this new year, let's take a small resolution to find happiness not only in all, but also in ourselves. If you remember Swami in his last darshan, he folded his hands. I don't know how many of you seen that picture. I always used to wonder what could Swami have meant by that. It's very simple, brothers and sisters. Swami is asking us to come together. Swami is asking us to come together. Come together and serve all and find happiness not just in each other, but in ourselves. The oneness of the mind. The oneness of the mind, the body and the soul is what will get us all together, and then we can actually tune into that love and peace that Swami is giving us, and that is happiness. Let us come together and serve the Sai in us and the Sai in all of us. I wish you all a happy new year. Thank you for your patient listening. Sairam.
Thank you so much, brother Hriday. वो तुम्हारी सूरत नहीं, वो तुम्हारी सीरत देखता है. वो तुम्हारी सूरत नहीं, वो तुम्हारी सीरत देखता है. वो और कुछ नहीं, बस तुम्हारा समर्पण देखता है. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, for speaking your heart out. You've never spoken about this earlier. You've mentioned it. And today, it's amazing to hear you speak here. Thank you so much. Yes, we have almost reached to the ending. Not yet. We have the next brother speaking. We have amongst ourselves the youth who has started his self-transformation journey as National Youth Coordinator, Shri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, Brother Lakshmikant Sharma, an alumnus of Shri Sathya Sai Bal Vikas and Shri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, where he completed his Masters in Economics and MBA in Finance under the direct guidance of Bhagwan. Professionally, he is an investment banker, an entrepreneur, running his own venture, also a guest lecturer and mentor for Entrepreneur Cell at various colleges in India. Brother LK, waiting for you.
Sairam, loving Sairam to all my dear brothers and sisters and my elders here, and to all the previous speakers for enthralling us for the last close to about 50 minutes. बहुत कुछ बोला गया है आज, and I just pray to Swami to help me add something, if not repeat anything. कई बार हम जब लाइफ में देखते हैं कि जब हमारे आसपास कोई ना रहे और फिर भी हमेशा पास रहने का ऐसा है, right? If when there is nobody around you and still someone can make you feel that he's always with you, he's always around you, that can only be God, and that is our Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. All my previous speakers have, I think, from different angles tried to only portray this, that how Swami is always with us. कैसे स्वामी हमेशा हमारे साथ है, हमारे जाने और न जाने के बगैर. एक बार यूं हुआ, 2008 की बात है. 2008 में when I was a student in Parthi, we had prepared one dance to perform in front of Swami. Don't mistake me, I'm not a dancer, but Swami के लिए हम कुछ भी करते थे, right? And Swami just had to accept it. So we had prepared a nice dance for Swami, and we wanted to put that in front of Swami, and we had to take Swami's permission to do the program. So two of us were selected to take the card and sit in front of Swami to show it to him. तो हम दो boys दर्शन लाइन में बैठे, स्वामी आए, स्वामी हमको इग्नोर करके चले गए. तो उस दिन तो चला गया. बैठे तो उस दिन हमारे वार्डन ने बोला कि why don't you all sit in the first line, because Swami will be sitting on portico, so you sit in the first line. In maybe Swami missed it yesterday, so you never know. So we said okay. So second day we got permission, we sat in the first line, and those are the days जब स्वामी सेंटर में नहीं बैठते थे, ऑफ सेंटर बैठते थे. If many of you recall, स्वामी वो लाइन के सामने बैठा करते थे, तो हम फर्स्ट लाइन में बैठे थे. और अब सिचुएशन ऐसा था कि हम फर्स्ट लाइन में तो है, बट स्वामी के सिधाई में नहीं है. We were diagonally sitting to Swami, and Swami did everything to ignore us completely again. Okay, and Swami, 45 minutes Swami was there for bhajans, and he is master in ignoring. He just ignored us. And we are wondering कि यार हम क्या गलत करें, हम यहाँ पे है कि नहीं है. हमें अपने आप पर डाउट हो गया, क्योंकि हम दो तो बैठे, हम दो के साथ इतना बड़ा कार्ड हमारे साथ बैठा हुआ है, and no human being can miss looking at that big huge decorated card. And here was our Bhagwan, who just didn't blink an eye at us. So we said कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. उस दिन भी चला गया. Now third day, the warden was also wondering with us, what is happening? Why is Swami not responding to these boys? So then warden said, okay, do one thing. You all sit in front of Swami. मतलब कहाँ जहाँ वेदम ग्रुप बैठता है अभी वेदनारायण सर बैठते हैं. We got permission to sit there so that we are right in front of Swami because Swami is going to sit there. So we sat there on third day, and Swami comes. As he was going from down, we tried to get up. He just looked the other side, looked at the lion. Here we are sitting human beings, but he's looking at the lion there. And then Swami just moved away. He went up. He's sitting right in front of us. And again, Swami ignored us. Okay. And उस समय रेलिंग हुआ करती थी पोर्टिको में. सो हमें लग रहा था कि शायद रेलिंग हमारे और स्वामी के बीच में रेलिंग आ रहा है और स्वामी हमें देख नहीं पा रहे हैं. सो वी वर ट्राइंग टू गो बिलो द रेलिंग and put our faces down like that and look at Swami and show the card to Swami. And we are actually looking very funny because सामने जब हमारे professors, they're telling us later, boss, what are you guys? तुम ऐसे नीचे जाके ये देख रहे हो, तुम ऐसे करके स्वामी को देख रहे हो, as if Swami is not able to see you. We said, sir, we don't know. We are just trying to get Swami's attention. And mind you, Swami again completely ignored us. And we thought, boss, this is not happening. This is certainly not happening because 3 days in line, Swami has not looked at us and we're trying to get Swami's permission. Those days, what also used to happen is Swami used to come and used to go inside and sit for bhajans. Bhajan used to happen inside and Swami used to sit inside for bhajans in the bhajan hall. So the fourth day, we said, sir, what do we do? Nothing is working. 3 days, Swami is not looking at us. Maybe Swami is not able to see our program. How do we now communicate to Swami? So we made a plan. We said, now we'll sit inside the bhajan hall. Okay. And he gave us permission, go and sit inside the bhajan hall right in the front. Okay. So those days in the bhajan hall, right in the front, Sai sir used to sit with his tabla and we got permission to sit right there. Mind you, we are here and 2 steps away is Swami's throne. Okay. And Swami is going to sit there. And we are waiting. There is no railing in between us. There is no diagonal. We are right under Swami's nose. And we are sitting there. That is Master. Okay. That is God. For all of us, by the way, brothers and sisters. Swami comes. He comes inside the bhajan hall. As soon as he enters the bhajan hall and his chair is made straight and he is set in his position, he closes his eyes. Next 45 minutes, bhajans are going on and Swami has closed his eyes. And जो हमारे साथ पीछे भजन ग्रुप बैठा था, they all were cursing us. बगैर तुम लोग के वजह से Swami is not even looking at us. Because 45 minutes, Swami had literally closed his eyes just to ignore 2 of us. And we were wondering कि boss क्या पाप किया हमने जिंदगी में? ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि today we are sitting right under his nose and still he has closed his eyes. And we are wondering, now what do we do? Matlab, last thing was you just go and wake up Swami. Hello, Swami, we are here. That was the last thing to do. We couldn't do that. Nobody had guts to do that. So we just sat there and put our cards down finally because, we had lost all hopes. And we just sat in front of Swami. We said, Swami, please. And we started praying inside. Until then we are like, Swami, आपको कार्ड दिखाना है, इतना सुंदर कार्ड बना, ये दिखाना है, उसमें क्या डांस प्रोग्राम है वो बताना है. And finally we gave up. We kept the card down and we just joined our hands and started praying to Swami and said, Swami, please look at us, Swami. Look at us, matlab what? First, open your eyes. It's like Shiva gone in Samadhi and he's closed his eyes and all Shiv Ganas are waiting outside. What do we do? It was that situation. After 45 minutes, Swami opens his eyes and he opens his eyes, just looks at Sai sir and indicates to do Aarti. And we are completely broken, heartbroken, like, Swami, what have we done wrong, Swami? What have we done wrong? I can't tell that, you are listening to us. And just when the Aarti was about to start, Swami looks at me and then he says, and Swami is right here, right? I'm sitting here right under his nose. And then he looks at me and I had no more passion to raise the card again. Okay, because of passion 3 दिन में चकनाचूर हो गया था and 4th day तो it's almost gone. And then Swami just looks at me and says, మూడు రోజు నుంచి చూస్తున్నాను, నాకు తెలుసు, నేను చెప్తాను. Since last 3 days I have been seeing this. I know about it. I will tell you. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, the program never happened. But those 3 statements that Swami made made our lives, our days, and the entire life. That even though we may feel that Swami is not looking at us, we may feel that Swami is not knowing, Swami knows everything. He observes everything. He knows everything. He's always there. That is one big assurance by way of those three sentences that Swami gave me that day. That I'm not looking at you, but I know everything. I'm looking at you. Now this was in physical presence of Bhagwan. Another similar incident happened once when I was in hostel. One fine day, I was not well. I was running very high fever, and hence I was only sleeping in the hostel. And my all the other brothers had gone to college. They had come back for lunch, and I was still sleeping in my room on my bed. And one of the brothers had probably brought lunch and kept. I didn't even realize because I was in deep sleep. I was under heavy dosage and under deep sleep and completely weak. I couldn't get up. And as I was sleeping, I get a dream. And in that dream, I hear that Swami is coming. Okay, in the dream, I'm seeing that Swami is coming outside hostel on the road. And in the dream, I'm thinking that Swami, you are coming and I'm going to miss your darshan. Even yesterday, I could not come to darshan because I was not well. Swami, you are coming, I'm going to miss your darshan. And in the dream, in that fear of missing his darshan, I start sweating, I start crying. And just as emotions grew up and I started crying, my eyes just opened, I just woke up. As I woke up, I heard a loud single bell go in the hostel. And this was a tradition at that time. Whenever Swami, जब भी Swami बाहर आते थे और मतलब सड़क पे आते थे गाड़ी में, hostel में single bell दिया जाता था. That single bell was indication that Swami is coming. And wherever we would just rush outside hostel because Swami is coming. So मेरी आँख खुली, नींद खुला और वो मुझे बस वो single bell सुनाई दिया और मैं एक सेकंड के लिए सोचा कि क्या मैं अभी भी ड्रीम कर रहा हूँ. Right? I was still thinking, am I still dreaming? Because I was not well. I was still on my bed. I was very weak. I couldn't get up. There was nobody in the room. And as I was still doubting कि ये dream था कि reality था, तभी the whole hostel went imagine the whole hostel thundering because boys were running from every corner of the hostel to go outside the hostel. And just as I felt that, I said, no, it's real. Swami is coming. And now I wanted to go out. I said, Swami, how do I get up? I'm so weak. Somehow I managed to get up, holding the walls. I'm trying to walk, and boys are all running outside the hostel. And I'm thinking that, Swami, everybody has gone out. I'm still walking so slow. I don't even know where you are. Maybe you have crossed the hostel. Okay, and I'm still thinking, Swami, I want to see. And I come down. Somehow I was on first floor, walk down, get out of the hostel. As I'm walking out of the hostel, I'm seeing still boys are waiting. Matlab Swami is not come. And slowly I cross the road. And I stand end of the line because I was the last boy to come out, stand end of the line. And just as I reach there, we see Swami's car coming from the junior boys hostel side on the road. And as Swami's car was coming, I was only standing, holding my hands and standing and just trying to look at Swami and get his attention and some sort of acknowledgement. And as Swami's car comes closer, as he came close to in front of me, he just looked at me and he blessed. And the car passed by. Just when the car passed by, I fell unconscious. There was just enough energy that Swami gave to me to get up from my bed and walk down and come out of the hostel. As soon as Swami's car crossed, I just collapsed there, and then all the brothers and sirs there, they picked me up and they brought me into the hostel. Brothers, sisters, we may think that if we are alone, nobody's around us, but Swami is always there. He is always there. He is always listening to us. He is always with us. Today, there are so many youth across the country. I'm sure even on this group where 390 people have joined, I'm sure many of you have not seen Swami. Right? You are just examples, brothers and sisters. आपके जैसे पूरे देश में आज इतने युवा हैं जिन्होंने स्वामी को कभी नहीं देखा है. But they're the most dedicated and committed people today in the Sai Samiti, in the Sai organization. What makes them dedicated and committed is Swami's love. It is Swami's love. It is Swami's presence, which we all feel day in and day out. All that we need to do is keep reminding ourselves of his presence in our lives. We are reaching a very big milestone, a very big juncture in each one of our lives, and that is Swami's centenary year. Mind you, it's not a small event. It's not just number 100. It's a milestone event for all of our lifetime. Because after this, Maybe when the 200th or 500th or 1000th is celebrated, none of us would be here. Our generations would be there who would then remember our ancestors were there who celebrated Bhagwan's 100th year. And why does this become so grand? It's not because of some grand stage show which is going to happen. It becomes grand because millions of hearts across the world are trying to do something to make Swami, and that makes this celebration grand. It's not by one organization or one group or one association which is going to celebrate Bhagwan's birthday. It is each and every individual across the world who is there to celebrate Swami's birthday. And that's why Swami's birthday becomes so grand. It's not just a birthday the way we look at each other. It's a birthday where so many hearts are coming together to put their hearts, their souls, their energy, their commitment, their dedication to do something in society by which we can serve society and live Swami's message. Love all, serve all. 100 years of love all, serve all. Let us not forget, brothers and sisters. Swami has given a great chance to all of us to be in this group today. Listen to his experience through so many mouths. Each one of you had such amazing, unique experience. And I'm sure if given a chance, all the 390 people on this chat, on this meeting today, can share one experience of their life which has made them feel Swami's presence in their life. And it is that one small, we all need just one small experience. We don't need that experience every day. One small experience can make our lives forever. And I think all of us are here today are blessed to have that chance, to have that one chance in our life to make our lives better. Brothers and sisters, let's not miss out on this chance. Let us make the most of it. It is already happening. We are already seeing that miracle happening just by this smaller group. There's a much larger group of young people like us across the India who are experiencing this on a daily basis. There's so many stories. I met so many people in different parts of the country, small villages. They've never come to Parthi. They've never seen Swami. They have heard Swami through one Sevadal, and that has changed their life. Now they are the most active people in that Samiti because one Sevadal went to their Samiti, to their village, and spoke something about Swami. Each one of us are that Sevadal. Each one of us have that opportunity to share our bit. We never know. We are not here to make anybody Bhagwan's devotees. We are only here to share his love through our mouth, through our actions, through our lives. And you never know how many lives each one of us can inspire. Not to our credit, by the way. Because the more we share, the more joy we feel. The more we share, the more happiness we feel. I think all of us are here getting that chance to be able to share and feel that joy and happiness in our lives. Let us make the most of it. Let us make the most of this chance of having this belief. Not many in the world are blessed with this chance, brothers and sisters, by the way. To know that जब भी जिंदगी में कोई परेशानी आए, आप देखते होंगे आपके दोस्तों के साथ, राइट, उनकी जिंदगी में कुछ परेशानी आती है तो सोचते हैं अरे यार किसको जाके पूछूं, कौन हेल्प करेगा, कौन गाइड करेगा. हम इतने ब्लेस्ड हैं कि हमारे जिंदगी में जब कोई परेशानी आती है, द फर्स्ट थॉट इज स्वामी इज देयर ना यार, स्वामी विल टेक केयर. क्या होगा कैसे होगा पता नहीं, शायद परेशानी और बढ़ेगी, शायद रोना और होगा, रोना धोना और होगा, दिक्कतें और बढ़ेंगी, बट उन दिक्कतों के साथ एक बिलीव हमेशा दिमाग के पीछे चलते रहता है, माय स्वामी इज देयर, माय स्वामी विल टेक केयर, नीड नॉट वरी एनीथिंग. So, my Swami and I, that Swami is always there with all of us. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Sairam.
Thank you so much, Brother LK. It was really nice to hear you. It has been very, very overwhelming for me to hear everyone speak. I'm sure everyone here must be feeling the same. सब धुंधला दिख रहा है, सबका साथ छूट रहा है, फिर भी साई पथ पर आगे बढ़ना है. कुछ कदम और चलना है, विश्वास है कि सब संवर जाएगा. अगर स्वामी साथ हैं, जो कि साथ हैं, तो मेरा जो है वो मुझे एक दिन मिल ही जाएगा. Thank you so much. We've heard the 10 speakers for today speaking to all of us. It has been an amazing journey. I don't know, I'm constantly fumbling. The power, the energy of whatever has been spoken has been so beautiful that it's hard for me to remain sane. Thank you so much for sharing experience with us, brothers and sisters. I now request our convener, Professor Yogender Verma sir, to address the gathering here.
My pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan and my love to all of you. I think many sessions I have attended of NLP, but this is the session where really I felt emotional. At the same time, I was very happy that you are on the fast track of realization. This realization is a lifelong journey. One very important thing is that once we start thinking from the heart, we are closer to Bhagwan. He's providing us opportunity, as Lakshmikant was telling. Otherwise, the whole mission he has started, he is nurturing. I was just remembering in 1973, Bhagwan came to Shimla. At that time, there were only 4 or 5 people who knew Satya Sai Baba, not as God, but some saint, some guru. And as R.K. Karanjia used to write in Blitz, God or fraud. So as a youngsters, we used to read that and used to enjoy. In Illustrated Weekly also, there were a number of articles about the gods of that time, Rajneesh, Mahesh Yogi, Satya Sai Baba. But the strange thing was, when Swami came to Shimla, whole ridge was full. From where people came? Who intimated them? Who went for publicity? You see, now in the centenary celebrations, all of us, whole organization is working very hard. That now let's create publicity, let's create awareness, let's do this, that. This is the opportunity he is providing. Otherwise, as I told you, in 73, huge crowd came. Same thing happened in 1975. People were sitting on the roofs, they were sitting on the trees. His ways are entirely different and different for different people. It depends on us. How we connect, how we catch every day, every time, every moment, we can experience him. But then when the right time comes for us, we get attracted as well as we get, something happens, it automatically happens. Whatever we say, that let's do that, let's entertain positive thoughts, let's do that, this, that. Many times I think this is all theoretical. Only thing which will work is the prayer. Connect with Bhagwan. Focus at Bhagwan. I remember in 1990, I was praying, Swami, give me some advice. I think you will agree when you are listening to Swami's discourse. तो होता क्या है? all material जब सुनते थे तो सो जाते सुनाई वो देता था जो स्वामी सुनाना चाहते. At that time, I was president of College and University Professors Association, and I was also elected member of Executive Council. So politics, somehow I enjoyed that. Swami's discourse 1990, when in his convocation, he said, politics and education do not mix. One is kerosene and other is honey, amrit. So you add a few drops of kerosene and the whole amrit will be destroyed. I like this. I said, this is something, which can, at the time I didn't know the word transformation, but I was never comfortable. Because now doing politics means you are harming someone, you are cutting someone, someone's legs. So someone will come and cut your head. So you're afraid, you're always under tension. You must have seen, politicians are always, they show that they are very happy and all that, but they are not. So I said, this makes sense. But how to do that? At the time I was with president. So I said, okay, let me follow only this. Love all is a very difficult, because in every lecture, Swami will say, love all, serve all. So I went back and decided that, well, I will resign from presidentship and also from the member of executive council. But it was a very difficult decision, because then all my supporters came, now how you can leave us? How you can leave us? And for many months I remained silent. But from that day, at least that association, union, but still the virus of politics, that remains. और अभी भी थोड़ा वायरस है, इसलिए स्वामी ने स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट बनाया कि अब उसको भी रिमूव करो. This was one thing. So that's why I'm telling you that this is a lifelong process. Maybe incarnation, number of incarnations we have to take. But it is nice, taking one step. And now I feel that sometime, in the organization, we have to, what we say, organizational politics or organizational dynamics. तो कुछ जब भी मैं करने लगता हूँ तो मुझे एकदम आता है, नहीं, this is wrong. Somehow I'm not truthful. I'm not doing right thing. So I think this realization is itself Swami's grace and his presence. And second thing he said, these days educated people, they go to foreign countries with a begging ball. Swami said begging ball. So you should serve your motherland. At that time, I was having a foreign assignment as a Colombo plan expert, posted at Kathmandu. And thereafter, naturally, I was planning to move out and do a number of things. But then when Swami said it, this somehow I thought this has a meaning, and stopped applying. I didn't apply. And in the academics, this is a fashion that you go outside and all that, and then you make your big biodata. I didn't do that. I concentrated on my work, and anyhow, that's a long story. 5 years. Then I received one invitation as the assessor of universities in Saudi Arabia. And one of the first 25 universities I was taken as assessor. And when I went there, then I realized, on the people who were there to assess and do the things, then that thing came to my mind that Swami gave me such an honorable assignment, and I'm still continuing. Such an honorable assignment that I just, I can say, thoda sa mana Bhagwan ki baat ko mana. So, what I believe is कि जो आपने इतने सुंदर experiences और इतने अंदर से जो आपने share किए, personal experiences, all the participants, all of you will have such experiences. This team which has shared, remember, this is a transformation, that they are involved in such a selfless work. Friends, let's continue this. Really. मैं आज कुछ युवाओं से बात कर रहा था कि हमने तो टिकट कटवा लिया है, कभी भी है, we are ready. At least I am ready that, well, Swami will be there. And अभी तो फिजिकली नहीं मिल रहे हैं, वहां मिलेंगे, फिजिकली मिलेंगे, जल्दी मिल जाएंगे. लेकिन आप लोगों के लिए एक बहुत अच्छा अभी एक लाइफ टाइम है जिसमें बहुत काम करना है. एसोसिएट योरसेल्फ. अभी ज्यादा करके मेरा अपना एक्सपीरियंस क्या है कि जो हमारे एनएलपी के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, दे थिंक दैट वी आर बीइंग प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर लीडरशिप ओनली. but forgetting the meaning of leader. True leader is the real servant. जैसे स्वामी ने कहा, God is your real servant. Just like a servant, he waits outside your room, closed room, just like the ray of sun, waiting that you will get up. So, my dear, what I can say, I'll take my boys and girls. This is really great. Life मजा तब आएगा कि कुछ बदल जाए, सोचने का स्टाइल, बिहेवियर में, एक्शन में, और इतना अच्छा परिवार, द टीम, and this we must multiply. So great, very good. I congratulate all the presenters and the whole organizing team. और सबसे अच्छा जो I think linking pin was Anita. Her few words, but spoken from the heart. Fantastic. So let us, all of you must get associated with the Swami Samiti. Transformation तब होगी. डॉक्टर गोपी अभी एक एक्सपीरियंस सुना रहे थे कि कैसे when he was 15 years old and he went to समिति, और वहाँ उनकी ड्यूटी लगा दी जूतों के ऊपर, शू रैक के ऊपर, and then one person comes and there also he, because being a son of a chief secretary, तो उन्होंने तो अपने जूते कभी पॉलिश नहीं किए थे, तो किसी भाई दोस्त को ही कह रहे थे कि ओके तुम उठाओ बिकॉज दैट लीडर इन हिम. But then one old man comes and says, hey, come, मेरा अनटाई करो मेरा शूज, मेरी चप्पल निकालो. तो एट दैट टाइम उनकी क्या फीलिंग हुई, लेकिन ही डिड इट. जब किया तो उसके बाद दैट ओल्ड मैन ब्लेस्ड हिम, दैट तुम बहुत बड़ा बनोगे. सो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इतना आसान नहीं है, बहुत चुभन भी होगी, कठिनाइयां आएंगी, अड़चने आएंगी, बट बी कॉन्फिडेंट that he is the true friend who will be with you, and he is not expecting anything. He is there to help you. This you will realize. हमने अपनी सारी जिंदगी में मोड़ मोड़ पर ये देखा है, तो आपने भी देखा है, लेकिन अभी जिंदगी लंबी है. लेकिन अगर एक सेल्फलेस ट्रूथफुल फ्रेंड आपके साथ है, and even if you don't call him, he is there, he will be there. So all the best, and we understand that our all graduates will be the true instruments on, and the time is going to come that there will be transformation, there will be peace in the world, and all will be happy. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you. It was a great session. Great session. No words. Thank you. God bless you. Sairam.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. आपको सुन के हमेशा अच्छा लगता है, आज भी आप बोल रहे हैं तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर शेयरिंग योर एक्सपीरियंसेस. कि स्वामी आप ही बने जवाब मेरा, आप ही सवालों में हो, आप ही बने सोच मेरी, आप ही ख्यालों में, आप ही के ख्यालों में मैं. थैंक यू सो मच सर. रिक्वेस्टिंग a convener, Dr. Gopi Krishna Pirtala, to address the gathering. Gopi uncle.
Sairam, everybody. I have nothing to say today. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sattvam team, first for organizing this final kind of I wouldn't say pre-convocation address. I would like to use that word, or celebration get together. It's always a treat to listen to Swami's stories, Swami's transformation stories, basically always in the young minds. मुझे याद है कि जब मैं मेरे ख्याल से 25 साल का था, स्वामी had once told us that bring 30 new youth to the organization. हमने स्वामी को बोला, स्वामी हम ओल्ड हो गए क्या, अब 30 नया यूथ को लेके आओ बोल रहे. बट स्वामी से तुम्हारे साथ 30 और लेके आना. बट स्वामी का आदेश था 30 लेके आओ. हम 1300 लेके गए थे हैदराबाद से. बात यह है कि
ग्रेट
बात यह है कि आज वो 1300 कहाँ है मुझे पता नहीं है. कहीं होंगे कुछ करते हुए. स्वामी स्पोक टू अस एंड लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स डिड हैपन. बट ये बात तो सही है कि वो 30 जो स्वामी जो पूछे थे, आज मैं और वर्मा सर 24 तारीख को स्वामी के आगे हम 1300 युवक को प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. प्रेजेंट 1300 यूथ. स्वामी आपने 25 साल पहले पूछे और हम आपको 30 साल के बाद एक 1300 युवक जो ट्रेंड है हम दे पा रहे हैं. ये तो सोच है हमारा. एंड आई एम श्योर दैट the organization legacy will be taken forward by this young brigade of Sai. I've been speaking to Lakshmikant many times, and like you, there are hundreds and thousands of youth who are ready now. So, as elders of the organization, I think, Professor Verma and I will agree, and in fact, even our All India President will agree, the organization is in good hands now. Very good hands. Congratulations to all of you. And stay blessed. I don't want to talk much. I just want to thank each one of you. I think during the program of 9 months, I might have been very harsh sometimes, जरूरत पड़ती है कभी कभी. And if you want the best out of somebody, you'll have to be a little tough too. And that is what my policy is. And please don't take it to heart. I'm a very nice guy basically. So ये कभी कभी होना पड़ता है. जैसा स्वामी से ही सीखे हम लोग. I think students of Swami know it. In fact, Lakshmikant was talking about something like that, So if somebody is hurt, don't feel bad about it. But it's all for your own good. I want to also take this opportunity to personally thank this entire organizing team, which they put these young kiddos who are of your age only. Basically, they're not super बुड्ढे कोई नहीं है यहाँ पे. But the sincerity and commitment that they put to do a job for Sai is amazing. See, I recall that it was a casual discussion that some girl sent out a message to me, Uncle, we would like to have one Sattvam session again. I feel as if, I'm getting lost, or something. She sent a message. I don't know. Who was that girl? Anybody remembers the organizing team?
Sai Shilpa uncle.
Sai Shilpa. Is Sai Shilpa there? वो खुद नहीं है क्या? शिल्पा है?
Sairam
Okay.
uncle. Yes.
You're there?
Sairam.
You're
Yes,
there?
uncle. Yes, uncle. I'm there.
Yeah. So I think, you should thank, all of you should thank Sai Shilpa, because, if she hadn't sent that message to all the organizing team members, this would not have happened. She tried her best to connect everybody and request, and ultimately she thought these guys are not going to do anything. So she sent me the message also. So on that day, I thought, if somebody has got a yearning to listen to Swami's stories, who am I to stop? And that is how this last series, in fact, we had closed shop for this year 2024, but we opened shop because there was some soul here uh, that has been asking for this. I know there have been my own Sattvam team members also, they've been asking for it. Swati, Sai, Uday, they are all been behind my back, but I was waiting for somebody, a student, a participant of 2024 to come up and ask for this. So thank you. This year, is going to be a wonderful year, as Lakshmikant was also mentioning. हम स्वामी का जो बर्थडे अपने मन में धूमधाम से मनाएंगे और सारी दुनिया को दिखाएंगे कि अपना भगवान क्या है, कैसे थे और कैसे रहे हैं और कैसे रहेंगे. This is our duty. We have to take the legacy forward. So with these words, thank you so much. God bless you all. Just came back about 5 minutes back from Puttaparthi, and all arrangements are done for your visit. Swami is waiting to see you. That organizing team has chalked out a beautiful plan for 3 days, and a lot of celebratory mood will be there. So stay blessed. Thank your parents. Please convey our regards to your parents, your spouses, and your children for being able to support you in doing this program for 9 months. I know it's not an easy job, but all hands together makes it happen. And I would like to thank Professor Yogender Verma. His excellent inputs and advice. Sometimes I'm also a little fast. My blood goes a little fast, but as an experienced person in the group, he's always there to guide and suggest. गोपी ऐसा करते हैं, ऐसा करते हैं. So it's always better to have somebody sitting on your top. The top boss is already there, Swami is there, but somebody like Yogender Verma uncle to be there and help us, all these youngsters of the organizing team, how to take it forward. Thank you, Professor Verma sir, for being their unstinted support and guidance throughout this program. LK, thank you and your team of SYCs for supporting. It's a beautiful journey of the 5th season done. I think we should all attribute what has happened till date to Swami. If Swami wasn't there, we aren't there at all. So I would like to end again, your best friend in life, and I'll tell you, पूरा दुनिया बदल जाता है. जैसा मेरा दुनिया बदल गया, जैसा प्रोफेसर वर्मा का दुनिया बदला है, सारे लोगों का, आप लोगों का भी दुनिया बदला होगा, बट और भी गहराई से स्वामी को अपना दोस्त बनाइए और देखिए क्या मैजिक होगा. मैजिक ही मैजिक हो, इसको कहता हूं मैं साई मैजिक, सत्य साई मैजिक. जीते रहो, खुश रहो. हैव अ ग्रेट डे from tomorrow. Next week comes in from tomorrow, and God bless you all. Sairam.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you so much. It's always a treat to hear.
And Anita, I want to talk. Yeah, sorry, I missed. I knew that Anita was a great anchor, but मुझे ये बताना था कि ये शेर शायरी कहाँ से आ गई, बीच में कविताएं वो कहाँ से ढूंढ के निकाल के वो फेंक रही यहाँ पे मेरे अपने लोगों पे. But good job done, Anita. It's very natural. It's come out very well. Thank you.
Uncle, thank you so much. While a lot of what I spoke, it is a little inspired. I have been, Googling, Pinteresting, doing things like that. But I wrote a small poem just in the evening. I won't take too much of your time, but it's a sincere request that I cumulatively, on behalf of everyone listening, feeling, knowing Swami, will resonate to this. Swami, ये 2025 क्या, ये बाहर की ठंड क्या, ये रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी क्या अगर तुम ना होते, ये मेरा अस्तित्व क्या, ये मेरी पहचान क्या, कि ये मेरी बातें क्या, कि ये मेरा मौन क्या, कि तुम्हारी एक झलक से मुस्कान क्या, कि तुमसे मिलने के इंतजार का दर्द क्या अगर तुम ना होते, कि मैं बेचैन हो जाऊं, कि मैं स्थिर ना रह पाऊं, कि मेरी माँ का आवाज तुम, कि मेरे पिता का प्यार तुम. एक ही प्रार्थना तुमसे कि ये कभी ना हो, कि हम ये सपने में भी, कि हमें ये सपने में भी ना सोचना पड़े कि अगर तुम ना होते, क्योंकि अगर तुम ना होते तो हम कभी ना होते. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Wow, great. बहुत अच्छा अनिता.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call, for being ready to spend your Sunday today listening to the team that spoke today. I feel very proud. I started my journey in 2020. I didn't know I could come and speak to you all today here like this. So, what transformation speaks? When 2020 happens, 2025 also happens. And what is special about 2025? It's the centenary year, my dear brothers and sisters. You know, I want everyone to feel the vibe, feel the energy. This is the year of magic, and be prepared to rock. Be prepared to rock. The mandatory VOT. Thank you so much, all the brothers and sisters, for spending your 9 months with this journey. Thank you so much to the organizing team for having been able to deliver what you have been delivering. I know it takes a lot of perseverance, lot of patience, lot of time, lot of efforts, lot of everything to be doing what you all are doing. Thank you so much. To the IT team, to everyone who is working to make each and every session possible. Thank you so much. My loving thanks, a lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of to the containers. It would have been very difficult to do what we are doing had it not been your leadership, had it not been your push, had it not been what you've done to us. Again, the same thing from 2020 to 2025, it wouldn't have been possible had Gopi uncle not been there, had Verma sir not been there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother LK. It's been wonderful knowing you. It's been wonderful working with you as well. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sattvam team. This means that today is the last Satsangatve Nissangatvam series that's happening. 5 seasons from 2020, 60 episodes, 91 speakers, 100 hours, 100. That's the centenary celebration we are doing through our NLP to Swami. Last but not the least, thank you to Swami for having been a speaker through all of us today. We offer this session, all the sessions, all that we do to Swami as Naivedyam. Swami, we love you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
I have one request. Is Subhada there? Dr. Subhada? Or Shraddha or anybody in this team? Can anybody sing that song? 1983, Agar Tum Na Hote.
Sairam uncle.
Subhada.
Sir, uncle, which song is it?
Abhi, jo she just said, na, agar tum na hote, chahat na hoti.
Okay.
Okay. No?
Let's start like this. हमें और जीने की चाहत न होती अगर तुम न होते
Sai.
स्वामी अगर तुम न होते हमें और जीने की चाहत न होती अगर तुम न होते अगर तुम न होते. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Let's meet up. January 23rd.
All waiting for you all at Parthi. See you all in a fortnight. We are waiting with our big arms, welcoming you to Parthi, waiting to see you all in just a fortnight away. Bring your magic to see the magic in Puttaparthi.
Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavanthu Samastha Lokah सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।